You go headless and push too hard, you suffer here on the final shoot, and so many today have.
Yeah, Svenssen's had more than his fair share on the magic roundabout today. I think he's missed on every shoot. He's got another one penalty. We'll update you on Svenssen's performance, but keep your eye on the caption down the bottom of the screen. BERNBACHER it is who leads. FAK, MALYSHKO, FOURCADE in second, third and fourth. LINDSTRÖM, who shot clear on that last shoot, has gone out in fifth, but he's still some way off the leaders.
What a race. It's a ski race. And what, only 9 seconds separating the top 5. There's FAK leading it on the small picture. BERNBACHER tucked in behind. Surely Martin FRA is going to eventually make his way to the front of this group.
Well, BERNBACHER working very, very hard. I think FAK could do with thinking tactically on this one, Mike. I don't think he's going to be able to out-ski them. Maybe on that final climb, that's where the burst is going to come, but it's likely to come from Martin FRA, or maybe BERNBACHER's confident after yesterday's race.
And at the back of the group, it's such a pity. LINDSTRÖM, the 23-year-old, such a talented Swede, he doesn't quite have his ski form at the moment. If this was last year in February at his best, I think he'd be lining himself up to take a victory, and I'm sure he will later in the season.
Well, I think he'd still be delighted with the way things have gone today. He started 12th, he's got himself up into 5th. SHIPULIN, incidentally, who started 17th and was leading into the range for that last shoot, he's dropped all the way down to 6th and now is just a couple of seconds ahead of Ole Einar Björndalen, who's gone from 16th to 7th. Lau Bailey even better, 36th up to 8th position. And the time difference for Bailey at the start was 1 minute and 9 seconds. And now the American, well, he's still over a minute behind, but still a wonderful performance from him. A real confidence booster for the American team.
Just looking at these 5, Patrick, who is the best sprinter over the final 200 metres?
I think FAK is easing up, Mike. He's taking it easy here, perhaps saving something. There are 2 significant climbs remaining. One, when they go back up this little descent, they'll do a 180 degree in just a few meters time. It's a short, sharp hill, but maybe an opportunity to get 5 or 6 meters clear. But if you do that, then you've probably blown your chances of putting in a good performance on the last longer climb.
I think so, and this slowing down of the pace it's allowing at the back there, I'd written him off, not on his best form, but there he is, LINDSTRÖM, fighting so hard to stay with it.
Well, who's the best sprinter here, Mike? I don't think FOURCADE will leave it for the last couple of 100 metres. He's moving up, looking for a bit of space. He wants to be able to make a move on the long climb. Here are the chasers. Björndalen is amongst them, and Björndalen skiing with Anton SHIPULIN, young and old. SHIPULIN really has, he's done well, hasn't he, Mike? It's a shame that Nikolai Krugloff didn't make the same sort of career moves as SHIPULIN's done, because Krugloff was a brilliant junior, but maybe just raced a little bit too hard in his first years in the senior tour.
I think so, over-pushed, and to miss 2 on his last time in for SHIPULIN, that's disappointing. I like the factor there from Jakov FAK. His skis appear to be gliding. Remember, he led over the rise and he pulled a couple of meters ahead. Surely he's going to take the advantage and try and destroy the rest on this climb.
Well, here they go, the start of the climb, about 220 meters long. It's plenty of opportunity for anyone to make a move if they feel they have the strength to do so. We said we'd give you the email address. It's biathlon.eurosport@yahoo.co.uk. biathlon.eurosport@yahoo.co.uk. Send us any messages you want, and let us know who you think who's going to win this one if you're quick enough, because it's only going to be another couple of minutes. And Jakov FAK has started to turn it up. He was resting on that penultimate climb. 33.04 through 11.7, and Martin FRA may be found wanting. MALYSHKO trying to stay with the pace, but it's the Slovenian who looked very, very strong. And bear in mind how much work he's done on laps 2, 3 and 4, and he's still got something to give on lap 5.
You know, his body right now, his leg muscles are screaming. He's taken himself way over comfort zone, and his skis are fast. Can he give himself space into the final 200? I think he can.
Well, this is where the Russian technician is hoping he's done a good job, and it looks as though MALYSHKO is gaining on FAK coming down the hill.
Tough corner, this one, when your legs are spent like this.
Both carry good speed. under the road. Now it is all about positioning for Jakov FAK. He's got to make sure that MALYSHKO doesn't have the inside line. He'll do that. He's got enough of a lead. Now he ups it to the two skate, and he's looking strong. He's looking very strong. MALYSHKO's timing is gone, and he's losing ground. It's going to be a victory here in Hochfilzen for the individual world champion. He claims a pursuit victory in emphatic style. An excellent performance with 18 hits out of 20. MALYSHKO started 11th, finishes second with 19 out of 20, and Martin FRA, for the first time in the last 12 months, doesn't have a sprint to offer.
Incredible. Well, I think he punished himself. What was it? Lap 4, FOURCADE to pull back those, 10 seconds, and there's always payback. For me, that was one of the most impressive pursuits ever from FAK. He's only moved from third to first, but missing 2 targets, he had to be strong on the track, and he was.
Youth wins out over experience, with SHIPULIN coming in just a couple of meters ahead of Ole Einar Björndalen. Björndalen's shooting record 0-1-2-0, so 3 misses in all. If he could have cut out one of those, he would have been involved in that sprint finish, and then probably would have finished in 6th anyway. But it does show that he still has a win in him. Good finish coming in from number 24. That's Dominik LANDERTINGER, who's up against, is it MAKOVEEV? He's up against number 5. It's USTYUGOV, in fact, who's coming through. And a good finish from LANDERTINGER. Great gains by him. And the greatest performance, perhaps, of the day, Lowell Bailey, who finishes 10th, having started 36th. Great shooting, 19 hits out of 20. No one has gone clear. Eric Lesser, a day to forget for the man who made a big impression up in Östersund. 8 misses, 1-1-3-3. Good result for MAKOVEEV, although he may not think so. He started 6th, finished in 12th. In fact, it was going so well until that last shoot when he missed 2. 32, that of course is Björn Ferry, the Olympic pursuit champion, who finishes down in 18th, having started in 32nd. Lucas Hofer, Mike Hofer's shooting performance 0-0-2-1. What do you make of that?
0-0-2-1. He put such a good start in. It's better than he used to be. He's worked so much on his shooting, and I think really his intensity on the track knocked those penalties or didn't help him on the stand shoot. He was pushing so hard on the track.
Vetle Christiansen for Norway, 21, ahead of Eberhard of Austria. Burke gets into the top 30, so wins more World Cup points for the American team. As we have a look at Florian Graf, just fighting it out for a top 30. He should be able to win that one ahead of Ukraine's Sergei Semenov.
Disappointing from Hegle, just confirmation of his shooting. And well, we saw him miss 3 on his final stand, I think it was. Yes, 0-0-3-2. So 2 penalties on his last time in.
Carl-Johan Bergman with a poor day as well. He's dropped from 7th down to 20. All the way down there. Good run from Evgeny GARANICHEV, Mike. It started badly with 2 misses on that first prone.
We often see that with GARANICHEV. He'll miss in his first 2 prones. He'll have some errors, and then he's so strong mentally to get the final 15 shots. He did it today, 2-0-0-0.
Ada of Austria, who looked strong early on in the sprint yesterday. He's only just scraped 2 World Cup points ahead of Dol, who's finished in 40th. Dessieux and Jay. Vincent Jay, Mike, brilliant to get that Olympic win back in 2010, but he's had precious little success since then.
Yesterday he did shoot the perfect score to finish 39th, so his ski speed is like 1 minute 10 seconds, 1:15 off the best. I thought he would have pulled some of that back with his summer training.
Yeah, do you think Mickey Grice's decision to retire might affect Vincent at some stage this season? And just decide that enough is enough?
Possibly. I mean, he's still a very reliable man in the relay and in the sprint races as well, shooting as well as he does.
So, a new winner for the 5th race of the season. Jakov FAK, who's only had one victory before, and that came at the World Championships, gets the win here in Hochfilzen. Great race from him, and one of the best pursuits we've seen. It always looked as though it was going to be exciting because the margins were so small, but again, it came down to pressure in those last two shoots.
And five, I don't think we've seen the best five coming in and all of them making mistakes. We certainly predicted two of them would hit all five.
Well, the conditions stayed nice. The crowd certainly enjoying that one. The Glühwein tent will be hit pretty hard in between the two races today. The women's pursuit coming up a little later on. Just see in the background the race office, and then another, what, 500-600 metres down the road is where all the spectators have to walk from. Jakov FAK, stunning win. Absolutely brilliant. 0-0-1-1, again hitting that 80% in the stand position and showing that he had the ski speed to cope with anyone. Dmitry MALYSHKO, second place, and Martin FRA having to settle for third. Well, here's the programme for the rest of the weekend. We've got the women's pursuit coming up at 2:45 if you're in Europe, 1:45 in the UK, and then the men's relay and the women's relay tomorrow. First specialist relays we've had. We've had the mixed relay up in Sweden, but that will be very interesting, Mike. I guess the French have to be amongst the favourites. They've been consistent. The Russians are looking good. Norway certainly do not start as top dogs.
On paper, you wouldn't think so. BJOERNDALEN, the best of the Norwegians, in 7th, and you have to go all the way down to in fact, SVENDSEN 14th and Christiansen in 21st. So on paper, Norwegians a little off this week.
Dmitry MALYSHKO from 11th to 2nd place. Sharp shooting today with 19 hits out of 20. Martin FRA 0-2-0-1. That miss on the last shoot ruined his chance of getting his third win of the season. And it's Jakov FAK who takes the victory.